Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to another session of the Let's Talk Show by Interlingua. I am Mike, as usual. I'm your host for the night, and I am super, super excited about this topic because it's something that I'm very passionate about. And for those of you who don't know, and well, if you care, let me also tell you that I do a little bit of music outside my duties of Interlingua. I'm devoted to music for more than 10 years now, and our guests tonight are also devoted to music in different areas of it and have also developed different kind of projects or have been involved in different areas of music. You'll see what I mean. But first of all, while I give you the welcome, please be sure to comment. What does music mean to you? Are you the type of person that needs music in his or her everyday life? I am personally one of them. I recently found out that if I don't listen to music in a long period of time, I get depressed. I get bummed down. I get like all my energy just goes low. Personally, I need music to start the day. I need music to work out. I need music to close my day. Bottom line, I'm addicted to it. Are you? Be sure to comment that. And without further ado, let's bring out our guests. Some of them, you know them, they're part of the gang, and one of them is making her debut here at the Let's Talk show. Let's bring out Jordi, let's bring out Eric, and let's bring out Fer. How's it
Hello,
going,
everyone.
guys?
Hi everyone.
Hello, good evening, Eric. So glad that you are able to participate here again, Jordi. It's nice to see you
Nice to be
again,
here.
and Fer. Welcome, welcome
Hi.
to the Let's Talk Show gang.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty, guys. I appreciate it. Now, guys, as as I previously mentioned, all of you are involved in different areas of music, and all of you have experienced music in different activities. So, let's start off a little bit in general terms, and I will go deeper and deeper to your experiences. But first, tell me, guys, simple question. For me, it means the world. If there wasn't music, if there wasn't headphones, if there wasn't like, well, today I say Spotify, but I was a guy who had Addis, LimeWire, those YouTube converters to MP3. I need music. What about you guys? What does music mean to you, Eric?
Okay, well, music, it's one of the most important things in my life, I think. Since I was a kid, I don't know, when I was like 4 or 5, I used to listen to Michael Jackson and dance and have a really good time. And as the years went by, I never stopped. I just got to know more music and more music. It was so important for me during my teen years that I decided to study music, to major in music. So it's a
So,
really important part in my life.
so would you say that Michael Jackson was your first musical influence in your life?
And nope, that would be
Oh,
incorrect.
yeah, eso es
That was
todo.
like the first thing that I heard that I said I really like this, and one of my aunts gave me a cassette.
Of course, of course, 90s.
Yeah.
And how did you feel about the death of Sax? For those of you who don't know, he used to be an important member of Maldita Vecindad, and recently, well, arguably recently, he passed away due to COVID complications. How do you feel? How did that make you feel, Eric?
I mean, it was really sad because it was over. You know, he made the sound of the band. I think he had such a unique style that he is the one who made the band sound as they did.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Well, after all, they are a ska group, and what's ska without the metals? You know what I'm saying? So be sure to comment to all of our viewers which are the bands or musicians that have impacted you the most. Well, in the meantime, let's continue with Yordi. Yordi, what up, dude? Tell me, what does music mean to you?
Oh, it's pretty much the same. I mean, it means everything. Like I need music for all my activities. Just like you said, I mean, I cannot spend. I mean, if I'm not doing anything, I need music. Or if I mean, except when I'm talking to people. I mean, that's when I don't listen to music. But otherwise, I need music for my chores. When I'm just walking, when I'm doing exercise. Well, when I do exercise. Basically, I need music all the time.
Okay. All time, every day, doesn't matter the mood. Are you the type of person that has like a not a playlist, but a song or songs for each kind of mood? Let's say that I think you are. I think you are. For example, bro, tell me. I mean, how did you feel today, if may I ask? And
Mhm.
what were you listening? What were you in the mood for?
Well, to answer your previous question, I don't really
Yeah.
like. I don't really have like a playlist for a specific mood. I have a playlist for different situations. I have a playlist for cooking. I have one playlist for doing my chores. I have one playlist for other things. But I have a playlist for different situations. And about my mood today, I think it was quite fine. But I noticed that it's not really about the mood because I can listen to different things. Even, for example, I can feel like super cheerful and I can listen to, I don't know, death metal, or I can feel like really sad and then I feel like listening to cumbias, or I don't know. It's very strange because it's not really about my mood.
It's just about different situations.
Yeah.
What did you play? What did you play to? What did you put on today?
Today, I think in the morning I was listening to some placebo, and around midday I went. And I mean, I was just walking around and I was listening to Gojira.
Gojira, I've heard
Yeah.
of them.
Oh,
I,
real
I
good.
haven't actually listened to them, but I have heard of them. What is their genre? What kind of music do
Uh,
they do?
I'd say maybe thrash metal, industrial metal. Really good thing.
Okay, they are recent, right? Well, not modern, but I mean they're not from Metallica era, from Megadeth era, or are they?
No, a little bit later.
It's just that the name, it sounds so familiar. I swear I have seen T-shirts and maybe CD covers, but eludes me. But hey, that's the beauty of these sessions. I learn a lot from you guys. So maybe I'll give it a try with Gojira. Let's see what's up.
Yeah, go
Because I'm
for
like
them.
you, bro. I mean, I also have songs for particular activities that I do, depending on it. Whether if I want to like cheer up, if I need an energy boost, or maybe if I just want to like chill. Not even at home,
Mhm.
maybe in a bench in the street or some park. You know what I'm saying? So I understand exactly what you mean, bro. Thank you so much for sharing that. Will be to be continued. Fair. making your
Hi.
debut, sweetie.
Yes, I am.
How are you?
Great. Thanks for asking.
No, it's my pleasure. So tell me, my dear, what does music mean to you?
I'm, while Eric and Jordi were talking about their experiences, I was thinking like, what does music mean to you? And honestly, I think my earliest memories, like childhood memories, are either music on the radio or physical trauma. So I guess we'll go on the music on the radio
Okay.
line of thought. Yeah, because I think like my earliest childhood memories were listening to the radio in my grandma's house, and there was everything. Like the first three like groups that come to my mind are either Inspector, Simple Plan,
Okay.
or or oh my god, Banda El Recodo. Like those three are, I think, my earliest music memories. And yeah, I think like likewise, music fills every single second of my day. Like there's no task, there's nothing that music can't better. Like from a 15-minute short to like writing down my homework, I think music just makes everything better and more manageable.
You mentioned three Titanic musical
Yeah.
groups. And what really caught my attention is the fact that they are so different from one another, which is good because I love musical variety. But I have to ask you, like, how did you come across these groups? I mean, it was due to your family, you searched for them, or you just heard them on the street? How was that?
Basically, like what was in the environment playing. But I mean, those I highlight those three bands because they do mean something to me. Like Banda Recodo is my mom's favorite uh, banda group, and like when you ask people about what music do you like, they usually have the same response: everything but banda and reggaeton. And it's like, I mean, some banda songs are not that great, but for example, El Recodo, they have very beautiful songs, and
And
they're
they have
very
been
enjoyable.
around forever.
They have been around. I think, was it that group that was like around the time that Hitler was in the world? I don't remember. I have to fact check that. But yeah, and they have been like on the music scene so long that it's impossible not to have heard them like at a certain point, at least for Mexican people. And what else? Well, Inspector is one of my personal favorites. I just love Mexican ska. I love the vibe. I love just how, how smooth everything sounds. You know?
And they are terrific live.
Oh, I have never had a chance. They actually were coming to my city and they canceled the show.
Like,
So
how long ago?
they were going to be here this month, but they canceled like 3 weeks ago.
That's
Did
so
they
sad.
say why, or did you find out why?
I have my theories uh, regarding the venue, but
Hmm.
they said it's like for reasons unrelated to the band, we have to cancel the show. It's like, oh well, they were kind of expensive,
Ooh.
like the ticket, so it's okay.
So it's an inside problem. Oh
Yeah.
man, that sucks when that happened. Like, how many groups have disbanded or disappeared entirely due to inside problems? Some of them, some of them have gotten back together. For example, Guns N' Roses. But I've seen the videos live of their recent live performances, and I don't know. It's just not the same anymore. I mean, if it wasn't for the nostalgia factor, personally, I think it wouldn't work. But who knows? They're coming here in Mexico City. Of course, I'm going to go because, of course,
Yeah.
they were my band, my favorite band, by the way, when I was in my high school years. I was feeling rebellious, and they were kind of like the sound for me to express that, which leads me to my second questions, guys. To my second question, guys. According to Fer, well, she came across with a lot of music, especially Banda El Recodo. But is there a genre, a type of music, or hell, even an artist or a group that you share with your family elders, your grandparents, your parents, that they maybe pass them to you and you also end up liking it? For example, Eric.
Yes. With my dad, it would be The Doors.
Ah,
And with my mom, it would be Luis Miguel. I
okay.
actually like his music. I think his musicians are terrific, and he was a very good singer. Obviously, with age,
Yeah.
he lost his abilities, but
Mm,
was a really good singer.
I
Uh,
agree.
and with my sister, I think, growing up, um, when our father took us to school, I would play my music in the morning, and then she would play her music going home.
Hmm.
So we shared all those things. There were some things that we both liked. There were some things that I didn't like or she didn't like. Like when I played Pantera at 7 in the morning in the car, she was like, "No," and I was like, "Why not?" No,
We need to wake up.
yeah, wake up.
It actually it actually is a pretty nice picture in my head. I mean, going to school early in the morning with Cowboys from Hell in the car. That would make you feel like a badass. Like, I'm here. By the time you get right to school.
Yeah, I would get to school like really hyped. Like, let's do this.
And then all of a sudden the classes started and you were like, damn.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know, it really popped into my head. Now that I said that, uh, I carry my headphones at all times. Every time I leave home, I gotta have them. Not these in particular, more subtle ones, but the point is that I can't picture myself with my headphones. They are my essentials. But how did we manage to get through our days? Because I mean, the early 2000s, the end of the 90s. I mean, you had to have like your CD player or maybe a Walkman, and at some schools they weren't allowing them. So, at what times during your days did you find a space to actually submerge yourself into your music?
At what age? Because it depends.
It depends. Let me put it to you into the time that I go back the most. 16.
16. That was easy.
Yeah.
Um, at age 16, yeah, I had a Discman. I had my headphones.
Wow.
At that age, I was in high school. So whenever I had like a free hour or something, I would just go like to the garden and listen to some music. Um, and then, as I told you, in the car. And then as soon as I got home, I would start playing the guitar. I used to play, I don't know, like 3 hours every day at that age, something like that.
Okay.
So all day. And then sometimes I don't know if you remember Channel 28, I think it was, which played music videos. It was like
Uh,
it was like a Mexican MTV, not really popular.
like before Telehit was big.
It was Open TV
Oh,
on Channel 28. Not many people
wow.
knew about this.
Myself included.
Yeah, not many people knew about this.
Wow.
I don't know why it wasn't advertised anywhere, but you just tune in and music videos.
All kinds.
Yeah, all kinds.
English, Spanish, all
The
these modern ones.
the
Really?
first time I listened to Incubus was on that channel.
They had Incubus music videos.
Yeah, it was everything. They played like random music videos.
Wow.
Mhm.
And
I
may
don't
I
think
ask
it
what?
exists anymore.
What?
I don't
No,
think
of
it
course.
exists anymore.
No, but like all we have to do because that's another curious thing that the way we had to approach music. I mean, nowadays we can just like click on Spotify or play YouTube. Hell, we even have YouTube music. But back in the day, like Fer said, I mean, we had to listen to the radio. Uh, we had to like. Do you guys remember the? I call it the real MTV. Back in the day, like in the 90s, the early 2000s, when they actually showed music, that was that was a way that I learned a lot of the music that I still listen today. So just to be quick, Eric, you said that you also listen music in the at school. May I ask which? Because I was a guy that some of my some of my friends and some of the people that I used to go to school with, I was the type of guy that they would look like in a weird way because I kid you not, I was the only, only guy that listened to rock and roll in my high school.
Really?
The only one. Rock and roll, thrash, heavy. I was the only rocker at school. And they would look at me funny like, why do you like this? Because it's cool. It's nice. I could I could use the meme of the Joker like you wouldn't understand. If that had existed at that time, I would have used the hell out of it. It came late. So what did you listen to, man?
Oh, that's a that's hard. But at 16, I used to make my mixtapes. Obviously, not
Of
tapes,
course.
just
Yeah.
CDs. So I just
Oh.
mixed a lot of kinds of things. I was I started like really really getting into music in the time of nu metal. So I started to
Okay.
listen to Korn, Static X, Linkin Park, and all
Limp
these kinds of
Bizkit.
things. Not so much Limp Bizkit. I didn't really like it that much,
Okay.
but I used to listen to those things. And then other bands came out like Godsmack, Deftones.
Oh.
So basically, it was like heavy stuff. And when I finished high school, like in the last weeks, I had a conversation with a guy who was like 2 years younger than me, and he showed me this.
Alice in
This
Chains.
album,
Dirt.
when I heard that album the first time, I was like, oh my God. And that was the only thing I listened to like for a month.
Pure
Yeah,
Alice in Chains, that
that
particular album,
was it.
Dirt.
I was like, wow, this is so different from the things that I usually listen to.
The hardest band from the grunge movement, right?
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, send a message to your friend and say thank you one more time.
Oops.
I mean, I recently saw it's because it reminded me of a meme that I saw maybe I think it was yesterday that I can quote the exact thing, but basically it said that or it expressed that friends or people who share music to you are the ones that are worth keeping in your life because you learn from them. And it's kind of like when they say, hey, listen to this song, listen to this band, it's almost as if they are sharing a piece of themselves to you. And that is a very personal thing to do in my opinion. So that's for all our viewers, guys. Be thankful for your friends who share music to you. Listen to them. I mean, it's okay if you don't like the music that they listen to. Just accept it because it's also a way to get closer to them and to getting to know them. Ah, Jordi, do you share a musical taste with your family, maybe your parents or your grandparents?
With my grandparents, not really. I mean, I've got to be honest. Maybe with my grandfather because he liked or he likes Selena. I mean, but he likes her because she was hot. But I do like her music. But that would be my grandfather. With my father, uh, basically most of it, Queen, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, that kind of stuff. Um, with my mom, I think just Timbiriche. We both like Timbiriche. I mean, you give me some Timbiriche at the karaoke, and then I lose it. With my brother, we both like trap, and we
Okay.
sometimes send songs to each other, like listen to this, and then he's like, oh yes, it's really good. And with my sister, I think the only thing we have in common is like classical music. And
Okay.
then we it's very strange because we discuss classical music like, do you remember this piece from Mozart, or do you remember this one from Bach? Because I personally love Bach. She's more Mozart person, but that's pretty much it. And currently, with my wife, it's strange because it's like a mix of everything. I ended up liking the music she likes. I ended up liking a lot of pop music. I ended up liking Avicii, and I had never listened to Avicii in my life. Um, and now she likes like heavier stuff. I'm a big fan of Amon Amarth, and now she
Oh,
kind of likes them. So yeah, it's very strange because it's like a mixture of everything.
yeah, from Avicii to Amon Amarth, it's a long way, but I mean, like I said, musical variety. I'm up for it anytime. You mentioned something that I personally would like to discuss because it's something that I haven't actually found like an actual answer or at least a coherent opinion.
Hmm.
You mentioned trap, that you like
Hmm.
trap.
Yeah.
I am a very uh, I've been a hip hop and rap fan from an early age. And when trap came out,
Hmm.
some purists or diehard rap hip hop fans were kind of like, we're resenting
Hmm.
this new current of urban music, for so to
Hmm.
speak.
Yeah.
Do you know why that is? Why this pushback? exists or existed since you are a
Mm,
fan of it?
to be honest, I don't quite get it. I think it's because trap tends to be like more simple, a little bit softer, not
Okay.
that aggressive. I know for a fact. I mean,
Okay.
rap has a lot of it's very critical, with society and whatnot. But trap is more like, yeah, let's just have fun, have drugs and whatnot. It's softer. It's not that complex. I mean, talking about the lyrics. So I
Okay.
think it's because of that. But I mean, I'm afraid I cannot give you like a straight answer.
But now I get what you mean. Now I get what you mean because I mean one of my well, I listen to a lot of artists. I can think of one exactly that really well. There are different kinds of rappers, and one of them are lyricists, guys that focus a lot on their lyrics. And like you said, uh, trap is a little soft. So yes, there is a very, very, very big difference if you listen to Notorious Big than if you listen to Travis Scott or a personal favorite of mine, Lil Yachty. You know him?
No, I'll look for them.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. He's a guy that you're not supposed to take him that seriously because he doesn't takes himself that seriously, but it's just enjoyable. It's like to put on while you are doing stuff, or if you're just chilling, like, yeah, I feel nice, I feel cool. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
S- All right. Well, and I would look for ABC because I haven't heard from him. I'm actually not sure what type of material he's got, but now you pass me two different source materials, Gojira and ABC.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait for tonight because I actually have a lot of chores to do. I mean, I chose a very particular angle from your guy's house, and for it not to show what I have to do later on. It's a mess, but I will get it on, and hopefully with some pretty cool music. Fer, do you share a musical taste with your family?
I think I do. With my grandparents is I think it's not really there. Like it's music that you would find in any grandparents' household here in Mexico. So it's like stuff that I grew up with, and like everybody knows Sonora
Ese
Santanera.
que ve el infinito sin estrellas,
Yeah,
o que
exactly.
ve el ancho mar su
And
inmensidad.
like
I love that song.
I actually like it. Yeah, I listen to it, but it's not like it's not a passion that we share.
Okay.
On my mom's side, she really I don't know how to explain this, but my love for Elton John comes from her, like directly. She influenced me. She showed me the way of Sir Elton John. And I remember when I was in secondary school, she had this like double feature CD, and listening to it was like her mother-daughter quality time.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that on my dad's
Wow.
side, um, and great love for Queen also on my side. And for example, one thing that I've noticed with my sister is younger than me. She's 16 right now, so she's in high school. That angsty era of your life. And I think it was just last night. She was doing homework, and I was in the room ready to sleep. And her music started playing. Like she had her playlist going on, and it's like, wait, do you like 3 Days Grace? Like, why are you listening to 3 Days Grace? It's like, I found the band and I love it. And I think I remember some songs from your playlist. And it's like, yeah, but don't. And like yeah, like it was like also this influence, like coming back and forth. And she also has like great music taste outside of like my usual. But yeah, I think that's the fun part of like um living in the same household for almost 2 years without going out. It's like we influence one another a lot, and it scares me. She was also like listening to Nickelback. Like, why are you, a 16-year-old Mexican girl, listening to Nickelback with such passion? You know, like, yeah.
Never made it as a wise man, couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. It was eye-opening for me last night.
But I mean, how did you like at some points, like stop and listen to some songs together with her?
No, I guess like maybe she got like glimpses of my high school era when I was listening to 3 Days Grace and Nickelback. She was like, "Oh, I remember this song. I'm going to look for more from this band or this group or this artist." And so she's also like curating her own music style, and that's pretty cool.
Is there a song, or is there a band or an artist that you would like to recommend her to, like, please, if you're into this, now listen to this, or maybe an
Ooh,
album?
I want her to enjoy Blink 182. I really want her to enjoy it, but it doesn't seem to stick to her. I don't know why. I really love
Mm,
Blink, but she's not into it.
she's
I
not
don't know if
into
it's too heavy for
Blink.
her.
May I ask, how is her personality? Like, is she like an easygoing person, a very active person, introvert person?
No, well, shy, not introverted, but like, come on, she also listens to K-pop, so like, there's two sides of her. One is like the pastel K-popper girl, and the other one is the one who listens to Arctic Monkeys 1 a.m. doing her homework, almost crying. You know, and
Arctic
she loves
Monkeys.
Mitski, and she loves all these very angsty artists.
Do you think she would appreciate My Chemical Romance? Maybe.
I mean, I have it on most most days, but yeah, it's like, oh, that sounds cool, but it's not like she has taken an interest to look for it and to
Okay.
like kind of explore music by herself. Yeah, I think like what really made it for her was Arctic Monkeys, Trady's Grace, and I mean, Trady's Grace is amazing. And what else? Oh, she got into Slipknot also. Yeah.
Go, fair sister. Yeah. She's on a good path. She's gonna. You said she's in high school, right?
Yeah, she's 16.
Wow, sweet 16. Wow.
Can I
There
say
actually used to be
something
a
there?
show. Please do, my friend.
If she likes Slipknot, I think she will like Ginger. I don't know if you know this band
Ginger. I don't think I have. No.
Ginger.
with two J's.
Oh,
They are
okay.
they are from Ukraine.
Okay.
They play the same style, no metalcore. The singer is a woman. She sings like an angel and growls like a demon.
No.
And yeah,
Get yourself a girl that can do both.
they are really good. And
Cool.
they are technically like a new band that they have 2 or 3 albums on.
Is this one? Is
That
it
one.
this one?
Yes.
Ginger. I see, and there are 4 guys, 1 woman. She's definitely the vocalist.
Yeah, thanks for the
And
rec because like I've been actually actively looking for girl power rock punk female leads. So
oh,
pretty good rec.
Wow.
may I
There you go.
suggest? May I suggest also L7?
L
L7.
L. Okay.
That's it. L7. Of course, the Runaways. You
Yeah.
probably already know them. Well, Joan Jett has always been my crush. Have you listened to Lita Ford?
Yes, of course.
Okay, Lita Ford. Patti Smith.
Patti Smith. I'm not sure. Let me write it
Patti
down.
Smith. She's like the early days of punk, but she's also like very intellectual. she still has a lot to say. But back in the day, I mean, that was the coolest thing about her. Like she wasn't just some eye candy because, of course, she was beautiful, but what she said in her music and her lyrics was like, wow, I could listen to you all day. So Patti Smith and no, which one? Jordi, help me out here. I'm thinking about a band. It's with
Or
an A.
Christina
R
Scarlett,
Arch
or
enemy.
Arch Enemy. Thank you so much. Arch
Yeah.
Enemy.
Arch enemy, yeah.
Arch Enemy. So you could go for any of those. And that goes
So,
for all of our viewers. Girl power and rock and metal. Please go for it. Oh, Epica, Nightwish also.
Lacuna
Yeah.
Coil.
Yeah, all different variations like punk, like really hardcore music to like symphonic metal. You name it. They're everywhere. Yay. I hope this was useful for you, Fer.
it is. Thank you. That's great
you're
news.
very, you're very welcome. Now, guys, I would like to now focus on your activities or your personal approaches to music. For example, Eric, you mentioned that you have majored in music. What made you choose that part in your life?
Oh, that's complicated. When I was a small kid, my parents got me into playing the keyboard,
Okay.
and I didn't really like it. I wanted to just play, but they made me rehearse, and then you have to learn Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And I was like, no, I just let me play whatever. So I didn't like the classes,
Okay.
like that part. So I think I just did that like for a year and then I stopped. When I was like 11 or 12, I got into rock music and metal and everything. So I begged my dad to get me a guitar, an electric guitar.
Okay.
So as soon as I put my hands on the guitar, that's when everything went down. you know, that's that
Okay.
that was the most important part of my day, and I played and I played. Uh, I made a couple of bands, in high school. One of my friends, one of my best friends, is an excellent drummer. So we made a cover band for Tool.
Wow.
Yeah, you have no idea. My friend is crazy. What he plays is
That's not an easy band to cover, man.
no, no, no. Especially the drums. Um, so yeah, just as I was finishing high school, I had two choices. No, I obviously my father wanted me to study a normal uh, major. So I was between studying physics or music. I didn't know. No,
A la Brian May.
so yeah, yeah, like that.
That's right. Yeah.
So I wasn't
Cool.
sure, but then two things happened. As I showed you the album from Alice in Chains,
Yeah.
I heard that and I was like, I want to do that.
Okay.
I want to know how. And uh, and then I thought about this and I was like, okay, if I'm going to study, I'm going to study something that I want to learn and not something that will give me a good stable job. That's why I went with music, because I thought, no, education is to learn, not to become a worker.
Hmm.
So those were like the two reasons that finally made me decide to go into music.
And what did you like? In which instrument did you excelled at, or did you focus on?
On the guitar.
the guitar. So you're
Yes.
an axeman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Do you have
That's
a favorite guitarist or someone that inspired you a lot?
Dimebag Darrell.
No way! Rest in peace, by the way.
Rest in peace. To me,
Wow.
he was the most talented guitarist like in the last 50 years
Okay.
because he didn't really study, like he never really had formal lessons. He just did it.
Play.
He was just a virtuoso. He invented several guitar techniques. There are some things that nobody can actually replicate. No, it was something that he did. Um, I what we have a word for that in English. It's like the feel of each musician.
Okay.
Like you can have two professional musicians play exactly the same notes, like reading,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't sound the same. No, like one has their own feel and the other has their own feel.
Exactly.
So, in my opinion, Dimebag Darrell had this unique sound. Like you heard him play, and you knew it was him.
Exactly. And by the way, well, before going into the comment that I think we have, just a quick curious information. Dimebag Darrell, former guitarist of Pantera, tragically was killed during a concert. He was shot during a live performance, but needless to say, he became a legend. And the proof is that Eric in 2022 is talking about him. Rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell. So, my dear Eric, I guess we have a comment. Can we please show it up around here and to see what's Luis Horacio Hernandez, he says, music to me is a refugee. It helps me to reflect and think clearly. It inspires me and helps me to move on. Rock, pop, and metal are the genres that help me the most. Metallica would be the best example. Shout out to Luis Horacio Hernandez. Thank you so much for tuning in, for sharing your comment. And, bro, right on with your musical tastes. Very nice. Very cool. And I mean, it's because I like Metallica as well. I mean, don't think that if you don't listen to Metallica, you're not cool. I mean, I'm not that kind of person. So don't worry about that. Yeah, because I've met people like that and they're like, I don't talk to them. I just avoid them. Yeah. You never win with those type of people. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy to talk to them. So please avoid them. My personal recommendation to you guys. Jordi. Jordi, Jordi, Jordi. You are a multi-instrumentalist. Can I ask first, in total, how many instruments do you play and which ones?
Like decently,
Wow.
the guitar, the bass, and the keyboards. Then
Okay.
and the ukulele, yes, of course. Then I
Oh,
took
yes, I
violin
remember.
lessons, but I'm not really good at violin. I mean, I need more practice.
Okay. And like, but you, as I recall, in a previous show, you
Mhm.
told me that you also didn't have a formal education of music, that everything was purely empirical. What
Yeah.
made you pursue to grow as a musician by yourself?
Mm, well, the thing is that I grew up like watching my dad playing the guitar.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to do that. And actually, the first guitar I ever played was my dad's guitar.
Okay.
Um, but then when I got like really into music, same as Eric, it was like I have to do that. So yeah, that's when I decided. I mean, I have to do that. I don't know how, but I have to do that.
Okay, and there are plenty of guys that I know that pretty much focus on one instrument. You, however, focus on several. Why? Why?
I don't know because I think I'm very curious. I mean, the thing with guitar was like very it's like very evident because I saw my dad playing a lot. Then violin because when I was in junior high and high school, my favorite band was Mago de Oz, and lots of violins. So I mean, it was like mom give me a violin, but yeah. Um, the keyboards because at some point I sang at the choir in church, so a lot of keyboards, and I was like, yes, I was a choir boy, believe it or not. uh, and then the ukulele because
Me too,
I
bro.
thought I thought it was like very practical because it's very small, you can carry it everywhere. And the last one was the bass because well, I went to a concert of my favorite band or one of my favorite bands, and when I saw the bass player, I was like, damn, yeah.
Which band was it?
um it's called Cigarettes After Sex. Yeah, a
I
very
know
strange
them.
name.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
I know.
I love them. I love them. And when I saw them live, I mean, it was like, damn. And they don't have like complicated bass lines, but they sound really nice. And I was like, oh, so yeah.
You mentioned that that you love Johann Sebastian Bach,
Yeah.
right? As a
Yes, of
composer.
course.
Apart from him, which other musicians you have taken influence from?
Like classical, maybe just Bach
In
and
general, bro.
Vivaldi.
In general, bro.
Okay, okay. That would be
Bach and
Bach
Vivaldi?
and Vivaldi.
Okay.
Yeah, they are my faves. And then when it comes to the guitar, I don't really think I have like an influence. I just played whatever felt nice. Same with the
Cool.
ukulele. But with
Yeah.
the bass, I can tell you, it's for example Simon Gallup from The Cure. I mean, I love The Cure, and I mean his bass lines are just great. What else? Of course, Randall Miller, the bassist in Cigarettes. Um, Cliff Burton from Metallica, of course. I
Oof.
mean, after hearing, for example, "For Whom the Bell Tolls," it's like shit. I mean, that bass line just it's crazy. Um, and when I tried to play it, it was like, oof. And the bass line in Master of Puppets, of course, it's like exhausting, but really nice. Um, and well, I think that would be it.
All right, dude. You like, I forgot for a while why am I standing up, but you just like moved me when you mentioned that you love Mago de Oz. I just wanted to show you guys, like, I don't know if you guys can see it. From here up to here, these are all Mago de Oz
Oh my.
records. Yes.
Okay, I'm not the only
The
one.
Atlantean. No, no, man. No, feel. Bro. Come on. Super band.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen. I think that's the band that I have seen the most live.
yeah. Me too.
I've been like in 4 or 5 concerts from them. They're terrifically live. I love them. And cool, man. Nice. So fair. As I understand, you are a singer, right?
I tried to, yeah.
No, don't be like that. Come on, you can't. I know it. Tell me, when did you find out you have that skill?
I think it was in secondary school. Like one of my friends, like I was messing around. Like we had like a friend's phone, like playing music, and I was singing along. It's like, hey, you actually have a great
Of
voice,
course.
and that like pushed me to like, wait, do I really have a good voice? And then on high school, there was this like music group, so I joined them, and we did some shows like inside high school. I did some musical theater, only vocals because I can't dance. Um, yeah,
Oh,
so we did a lot of things. We did like an 80s tribute, I think was my favorite show. Like we did everything. We did like Michael Jackson, we did Guns N' Roses, we did George Michael. Yeah, it was
ah,
amazing. It was great. And I remember like the song that I performed was Michael Jackson's Heal the World.
heal the
And I
world,
felt
make
on
up.
top of the world, like singing that. And the most recent, I when I was in college, I just finished, but I got to join UNAM's university chorus. So the
Okay,
ones that sing with Orquesta de Minería in the Christmas concerts and
okay.
in the Christmas concert of Radio Centro in Auditorio Nacional. I got to do that, and that was, I think, the highlight of my life. Like being there, surrounded by lots of people who, as me, like enjoy music and live for music and thrive in music. Like that was such an amazing feeling.
And how is it to be part of an orchestra? Because I mean, I assume that it's twice the discipline because everything has to be like precise. It's not like, for instance, that I mean, of course, in a regular band, you also have to be precise, but it offers you more liberty, for so to speak. What's it
Yes.
like to be part, to be uh, to be part of a big machinery such as an orchestra?
It's very stressful precisely because of that, because everything has
Oh,
to be precise, it has to be pristine, and it's not even like you don't have to take care of only yourself, but
okay.
also the people around you. Like make sure that everyone is doing their part because you're like cogs, like on clockwork. So if one musician messes up, everyone's at fault. So that was pretty stressful. But I
Oh,
enjoyed it. Like it was amazing, and I understand that it does require discipline, and that's something that I actually valued from my time performing with them. Um, because previously, like I have actually never had like formal training on
okay.
singing technique or music classes. So when I got there, it was like this formality, this like you have to do precisely this to make it all work, and it made sense to me, and I got to translate that discipline and that passion to like other areas of my life.
Such as. May I ask?
Um, time management. Time management, for example.
Okay, okay,
I noticed
okay.
myself being more disciplined with my time after the concerts. Also taking care of myself, of my body, um, because your stress levels are high, rehearsals are at night, and you have to take care of your voice. And if you get sick, then you have like whole concert season ahead. So I'm also more careful with how I treat myself after that experience.
And in which section were you in the orchestra? Mezzo, contralto, soprano? Which one are you?
Surprisingly, I was a soprano
Why
because when I was in high
surprisingly?
school, I was always with the mezzos, and like that
Okay.
listens to me, I felt comfortable. But when I got to the university's chorus, like the director told me, like, no, you're a soprano, and I was like, no, I feel comfortable with the mezzo. He's like, no, I know you can do it, and he actually pushed me to do it, and it was like, oh wow, I didn't know my throat could like emit those sounds.
Oh, okay. Wow. And are you coming back ever to sing in a regular basis for
I hope
work?
so. The pandemic made it different.
Mm,
Online chorus rehearsals are quite chaotic. Yes, you could imagine how it's like with like the differences with everyone's network and stuff like that.
yeah.
It was cool. Like we did some online concerts, and that was cool. But it was mostly recording yourself, and then someone mixes everything. And right now they're already on rehearsals, like in-person rehearsals. But I'm not in Mexico City anymore, so that makes me really sad.
Oh,
But I do hope I can join a group like that again. It's really fun, and it gives me this space to let out my frustrations and do something productive also.
that is actually that is actually a pretty nice focus on the matter. Thank you so much for saying that. And guys, thank you so much for sharing everything that you did. I had a great time tonight. I had a great time. There's so much more that I want to cover. There's so much more that I want to share with you guys, but unfortunately, our time is up. Maybe we could do a sequel eventually. We could plan it and everything about music, since there's so much thing, in my opinion, to cover. But we'll see. In the meantime, I thank all of you. I thank Jordi again. Nice to see you, man. Again, Fer, thank you so much for participating. Eric, today in the controls and as a guest as well. Appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much for that. And guys, I hope to see you soon. And for all our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to check out every single show at Wednesday at 8 p.m. I am Mike, and well, without further ado, goodbye and good night.